Welcome to this gentle moon salutation practice. This flow is great for inviting soft movement and allowing the mind to settle. We'll begin in child's pose. The knees can be as close together or as wide apart as feels comfortable, and gently resting the forehead onto the mat. Taking this moment to tune into the breath, feeling the back of the body expand with every inhale, and feeling yourself soften into the mat with every exhale. Continuing this slow, intentional breath for a few rounds. On your next inhale, slowly rising up, coming into a seated position back on the heels, and taking just a couple breaths here. Flowing with the breath, on your next inhale, come up onto the knees, reaching the hands up to the sky, gazing towards the fingertips, and as you exhale, coming back into that seated position. Again, inhale, reaching up, gazing towards the fingertips. Exhale, sitting back on the heels. We'll do this a few more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit back. Continuing this for a few rounds at your own pace, finding the expansion in the body as you inhale and the softness as you exhale. On your next inhale, try to reach a little bit further with the fingertips, and this time as we exhale, we'll come into child's pose. Inhale, shifting forwards, coming through tabletop, gaze forwards, arching the back, cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. Exhale to seat. We'll do that again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale through to cow, shoulders roll back and down, gaze forwards. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale through to cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reach. And exhale, sit. Continuing this movement for a couple more rounds. Inhale, reach. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit. Inhale, reach. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cow. And this time as we exhale, tucking the toes and lifting the hips up into downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here, pedaling through the heels, just taking your time to warm through the backs of the legs, the spine, the shoulders, finding whichever movement feels good for you. And then finding some stillness in this downward dog. Fingertips are nice and spread apart, really pushing through the arms. On the next inhale, gaze forwards, and we'll step the left foot to the top of the mat, coming into a low lunge. As you exhale, meeting in a forward fold. Taking a couple of breaths here, again an invitation to make any gentle movement that feels good, maybe shaking the head from side to side. You can grab the opposite elbow in the opposite hand and find a gentle sway. Making sure the knees are nice and bent here, just relaxing the upper body over the legs. Planting the palms on the earth, you can step the feet apart as we gently lower the hips towards the ground, coming into our malasana, our yogi squat. The hands can stay on the earth for support, or you can bring them to heart center in prayer pose and push the knees out slightly with the arms. From here, we'll bring the left hand to the earth, reaching the right hand up to the sky, gazing towards the right fingertips in this twisted malasana. Invitation to reach the right arm behind the back, finding a bind here for a deeper twist. And breathing nice and deeply into the right side. Next inhale, reaching that right arm back up to the sky. And exhale, both hands come to the earth. We'll switch to the other side, reaching the left arm up to the sky. Invitation to take a bind here. Really breathing into the left side of the body, finding that twist. Inhale, reaching the left arm back up, and exhale, both hands come to the earth. From here, lifting the hips back up, and we'll meet in a forward fold for a couple breaths. Next inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky, gazing towards the fingertips. We'll exhale, bring the hands in prayer pose in heart center. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lowering the hips into Malasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the left foot to the back of the mat, gaze forward, low lunge. And exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees as we come through tabletop into cow, shoulders roll back and down, gaze forwards, and exhale to child's pose. Inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky, gaze towards the fingertips. Exhale, coming back to a seated position. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, coming through to cow, shoulders roll back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot to the top of the mat, low lunge, gaze forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lowering down into Malasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up to the sky, gazing towards the fingertips. Exhale, hands in prayer pose at heart center. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lower into Malasana, yogi squat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the right foot back, coming into low lunge. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees, coming through tabletop into cow. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale, reaching the hands up to the sky, gazing towards the fingertips. And exhale back into a seated position. We'll continue repeating this sequence, really focusing on the breath and trying to allow the body to find this flow state in the movement. Inhale, reaching the hands up, gaze towards the fingertips. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, through to cow, shoulders roll back and down, gaze forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps to the top of the mat, gaze forward, low lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lower the hips into our yogi squat, Malasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the hands up to the sky, gaze towards the fingertips. Exhale, hands in prayer pose. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lower to Malasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left foot back, gaze forward, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees, gaze forwards, arching the back into cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reaching the hands up to the sky. And exhale, coming to sit back on the heels. Inhale, reaching the hands up. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, shifting forwards into cow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps to the top of the mat, low lunge. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into the Malasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center in prayer pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, squatting down to Malasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping the right foot back, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lower the knees to the earth, rolling the shoulders back and down, cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, reaching the hands up to the sky. Exhale, sitting back on the heels. And we'll breathe here. Coming back to the breath, really feeling the pathway of the breath fill up the belly, the ribs, and then the chest. And as you exhale, finding softness, allowing the shoulders to drop away from the ears, allowing the body to relax. Invitation to complete this sequence as many times as you'd like, finding the meditative state through the flow, allowing the body to guide you and for the mind to quiet. Or you can join me in a child's pose as we end this practice. Again, knees can be as close or as wide apart as feels comfortable. Bringing the forehead to the earth and tuning into the breath. With every inhale, feeling the back of the body expand, and with every exhale, allowing the body to soften deeper. Feel free to stay here for as long as you like. Thank you for today's practice. Namaste.